I was asked this question the other day about my journey into exploring myself further and exploring my evolution further and exploring my spiritual journey further, and why I am, really where I am today. I've realized that and this has been a very profound thing that I realized, and this was just over the last few months, that my spiritual world and my business world and my Kelly as the mother world and Kelly as a wife in relationship world, and they're all mixed together. And at some point, I was actually thinking that everything was like separate. We have this separateness. We have this idea that we are separate from everything and everyone. And that's what causes so much suffering for us. So when I went a little bit deeper and had this revelation one day when I was actually sitting at my desk, and I was like just wondering why, there's this repeated cycles, there's repeated reactions, there's this repeated things like I think about in my life and the way that I am. And I realized right then and there that this spiritual Kelly is not separate from Kelly the mom, or Kelly the wife, or Kelly the daughter, or Kelly, in business. And the deep need for us to, this is really deep, the deep need for us to go deeper into that exploration, and what modalities do I use to do that. And because our outer world is a direct reflection of our inner world environment. So, if we're suffering, if we're negative, if we're repeating the same patterns with certain people and certain things that happen to us in business or in life or whatever, it's a complete reflection as to what is happening to ourselves inside, and our limiting beliefs and how we think of ourselves and perceive ourselves. So to know and to give ourselves a little bit of a break is that, we are this spiritual being, and we all are, just having this human experience in this human body that is just a complete illusion as to what the true meaning of life is. And, I can find peace, going to, a mountain in, Sedona or something, and hanging out on a rock, or being in Tofino, like where I am right now, and, hanging out in the woods, or sitting on the beach and watching the waves come crashing in at me. And, that brings me peace. It brings me stillness. I can go into therapy. I can do ayahuasca. I can do cranial sacral therapy. I can, go into meditation and experience that true quiet bliss and that true quiet joy. But the real secret is bringing that into your life. So those things all create these pauses and these times for reflection, and to connect to source, to get refortified and re-energized, and reconnect to our true divine purpose. And then what happens when you come out of that is like, how much helter-skelter, how much craziness you got going on is your life, and how you maneuver through it. So, our fear is a real thing. I can be sitting at my desk and go, holy shit, I just got another, email from my bookkeeper and my accountant saying, oh yeah, we got another audit. Great. You go into fear mode and go, oh my God, this is going to happen. And if this happens, this is what's going to happen. And it's going to cost us this much money. And you go into this, crazy town of freakoutness and true fear. And really, there's times in meditation, or in ayahuasca, or in cranial sacral therapies, or any kind of modality that I choose that exposes these scary things for me that I have to work on. It's the same stuff. So I'm realizing that I really am in ceremony in every aspect of my life, and to not think that I have to be separate from it by any stretch of the imagination. I am one with all the shit, all the good, all the bad, all the everything that happens in my life is happening for me, not to me, to become this most magnificent person that I am evolving to be. And that's my goal. My whole life's mission right now, and has been for 56 years, but now I'm realizing it, is to continually evolve, to become the best human that I can possibly be. And that means that I am of service to provide, to give, to inspire, to create passion in other people's lives, to help everyone establish this connection to love and light. And that's all we are. We are beings of love and light. And this world has become chaotic. This world has become hijacked with this desperate need to become millionaires, billionaires by the time they're like 21 to 25 years old. And I'm going, what the heck? Like, these are real life experiences, guys. So like who I am at 56 is a very different person than when I turned 20 and when I turned 30 and when I turned 40. I got a whole shitload of wisdom in here. And these life experiences have exposed so much to me, has exposed all the things that I need to work on to come back home to this source of love and light. I know this sounds really wonky, maybe. But I believe that we have really messed ourselves up with this hustle to promote things that don't serve us. They're not sustainable for us. They're not sustainable for the planet. They're not sustainable for your heart. They're not sustainable for our hearts. They're not sustainable to sustain passion, because we're so wrapped up with being things that promote greed, and promote also exposing the planet to her suffering. And what I mean by that is that the more stuff we think we need, the more stuff we need to buy, we think we need to buy, the more stuff we need to acquire, the planet's paying the ultimate price for this mass consumerism of shit. And I'm not saying that I'm not part of that problem. So, you know, I buy clothes, I buy things, and I am making a full out effort to change how I do that, and to center myself and my life with giving back as best I can. I think that we have all reached this, I'm going to call it like a precipice, like this edge of living, that depression is rampant and anxiety is rampant, and we are all frenzied when Instagram goes down, or thinking, you know, oh my God, what are we going to do? There's no Instagram today. Or that, you know, we haven't done enough posts for the day, or we haven't done enough hustle for the day, and we're chasing our tails and trying to acquire this time. What is time? And we're pushing ourselves to to be something by a certain stage of our life, and not look at life as just being this journey full of all these incredible lessons to be the most connected, happy souls that we can possibly be, that we are here to serve one another. And that is true joy. That is true joy. It's not me being influenced to beat by something else and acquire more stuff and be told that I need this to make me happy. This happiness is like right, it's right here in me. It's here in me. I don't need another person. I don't need anything else on the outside world to give me that happiness. And the people that I acquire, is a cool word saying it, my posse that is closest to me have the same ideals as I do, and we do everything we can to lift each other up. The same way that I do to our staff and business and our whole business model, our whole customer base. And I've realized that the way that this business was birthed, which was 10 years ago, and it was like burning a hole in me, that I just saw, I just felt, I just knew that there was something greater than me that was trying to come out. And it ended up being this place that was birthed. And the whole business premise of it, the whole mission for it, has been to create a love and connection place for others to just be included. Not in the cupcake business. And I've said this all along, I'm actually in the love business. People think I'm nuts, but I'm devoted to it. So now I'm devoted to coming out of the business and sharing my journey towards being the best human that I possibly can be, and exposing all of the shit that's gone on in my life along the way, and all the different adverse conditions and stuff that does literally, if I had not had that degree of suffering in my life, I would not be where I am today. That is these things that build up inside of us. And then all of a sudden there's a pressure tap valve that has to be released. And if you don't let it out and you don't learn and explore and deal with that shit inside you, the toxicity just keeps brewing. And so I'm so honored that I got a voice. And if I have one person that hears me, awesome. If I have 1,000 people that want to hear me, amazing. And it shouldn't matter to me whether that's one person or 1,000 people or 10,000 people. It really shouldn't matter. The message is really clear for me, is to just surrender, and is to expose that we are all one. We are all connected. And our greatest joy is going to be coming from how we can fill other people's lives up with love and light. Just being of service and just doing that. How do we fill other people's lives up with love and light? And fully grasp the deep need to stop our suffering and to give back to planet Earth, to Mother Earth, to support it. Because otherwise we're just blowing ourselves up. The intensity right now, and it's November 2019, the intensity that we are all feeling right now on this planet, it's real. The quickening every single day, that I'm having so many people come to me and just say, like, my chest is tight. I can't keep up. I don't know what's happening to me. And there's a real physiological response to what's happening right now. It's a tremendous physiological response. I'm actually witnessing myself too getting turned off of certain Instagram accounts that I was at one time revering and respecting and loving. And I've now shifted to just owning myself, owning my voice, and owning my true calling. And this has come with a great deal of introspection. No judgment. For me, I'm just bearing witness to the things that are affecting me now. And that may mean things on Facebook or Instagram, or just, emails coming into my my inbox, newsletters. And I am going like, delete, I'll keep you, delete. And I'm just surrounding my life and my heart. I'm surrounding my journey, my life, my mission, my goal, my happiness, my joy, with things that are just raising me up. And that means no bullying, that means no outing people, that means just accepting people, it just means just loving people. It means just being this person to guide others to their greatness, and just ignoring the rest. It's not doing anything negative, or it's just ignoring the rest. Ignoring that path, ignoring that, and just keep on honing in on what I need to be. So, if that means that, there's, more ayahuasca for me in the future, so be it. If that means I'm going to go into, cranial sacral therapy, and I'm going to do 2 sessions a week, so be it. Am I going to start doing more workshops? Am I going to start doing more some myself now? And I find that the more I talk about it, the more I have people quite attached to me and attracted to the words that I'm saying, because it's very much the truth that's going on right now for me. Okay, so I'm not preaching to all of you that aren't ready yet. Our planet is changing. Our stories are changing. Our messages are changing. And it's so important right now to stay grounded. It's so important to just stay with ourselves and find the things that nurture us. And maybe it is some great audiobooks, some really great podcasts, and spending time by yourself. It may mean too that you're going off Instagram. Maybe you're going to take a sabbatical from it for a week and just say, hey, see what happens, because trust me, no one's going to miss you. And that's the reality of it. That's truly the reality of it. No one's going to miss you. And we're just this little speck of sand on this ginormous, beach of the universe. And in the big picture, this is not real. Like, not real. Not real. What is real is my energy and my gift of what I'm able to do for others. That's it. So maybe for today, you guys think about what you can do to enhance your life. What is the next step that you get to do to take yourself to that next level of evolution? And what does that look like? Does that mean that you are going to go deeper in your meditation? Does it mean you're going to do some retreats? Does it mean you're going to do and take up a really great podcast? Who's going to inspire you to take you to that next level? Are you going to start taking some therapies, from even acupuncture to Chinese medicine to Reiki to cranial sacral therapies to, people are doing psychedelics now too. And in a really great protected environment, there's nothing wrong with that stuff at all. And people are doing that because they're desperately trying to reconnect to their souls. Everything else is a distraction. We are all just wanting to reconnect to our souls. And that's what we're all trying to do. Let me know how you are going to do this. And I'm happy to help in